Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Commodity Futures Report for Monday, September 12th. And starting with the government yields here, no change in the direction we're looking at. This is an impulse wave to the upside. It's still not quite confirmed because I can't see a wave 4 here yet. I can see 1 and 2 and all the rest of it up here, but it'll hit these tops here and pull back, and then we'll check on it. But it does seem to be an impulse, which is 5 waves to the upside. The other important thing I think is happening on Tuesday is the CPI report, but I haven't checked. I thought it was Thursday, but I think now I'm thinking it's Tuesday. Obviously that's going to play a part across the markets in different ways, so just be mindful of that and double check to see if those figures are coming out. It's all about the inflation at the moment. So US dollar. So it does appear that on the euro I can count a low in place being wave 5 on the low, but does that mean that we've got it here as well? I'm just sort of waiting to confirm because I don't have 5 waves down here just yet. I have a nice 1 and 2 and 3 here, and this wave 4 pulling back to this wave 4 in 3 waves here, but we still need that to drop down to give me 5 waves. Is it going to give me that, or is it going to push up here and make things awkward? I don't know if we've got an impulse wave here. You know, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it could be 1 and 2 and 1 here and 2 here for that too. There's a few options here, but I can't call that top in just yet, so I've got a few options here. I just wanted to see how it played out. You know, we were looking at wave 3 and 4 and 5 up here. It's pulled down enough to overlap all of that. Is it possible to look at this as wave 1 and 2? I don't think so, because it's not, it's all been like here it's scooted along, you know, nicely, the wind in the sails, and now it's heading into the shore, you know, so it's all the overlapping wave structures and so on. So it's when the market is creeping to the upside where lows are overlapping their highs here, it's a sign of weakness, and of course, and we can see these moves down here are quite sharp, taking out stocks and so on and so on. But yeah, in terms of patterns, I'm not really seeing that just yet. And to call the top in 2, I just want to be a little bit more about talk about this, because if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to this point here, that doesn't mean that it's a top in place. It does mean that we get 5 waves to here, we'll have 3 waves to here, and then we'll have another 5 waves coming down here. So then you know, that could just be an A, B, C to that point. I'd still need like 4 and 5 here, because we're talking about a pretty big trend. So if I had something like that, well then it's obvious at that point, isn't it? But I'm just shooting the breeze, you know. We can short it here and we can do all sorts of things, but I'm just saying that, you know, pulling back in 3 waves to, you know, somewhere in here could just be this larger wave 4 here for that. So, whoops a daisy. So we need to, you know, we need to understand that a little bit better before we can do that. But if there is a top in here, that's going to be very supportive to, you know, commodities. Most commodities, while this has been moving down, most commodities have been moving to the upside. We'll look at those in a moment, but with GDX here, we've got this 3-wave move here. We have made a new low here. I just don't have 5 waves here yet, and then this move up here has overlapped this one here. So I have to look at it as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So I'll just see how this plays out here in terms of an ABC pattern here. So I'll give it a couple of sessions and we'll see what it looks like at that point. But yeah, I don't have 5 waves here, so I can't call in wave 5 here. So it'll probably be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd, 4th and 5th, which obviously is going to take the other markets down a fair bit as well. So US spot gold here, as I mentioned this morning in the Australian video, is that I could view this in a couple of different ways. First of all, we have the 5 waves up here, so we can call it wave 1. We had this, I could look at this as an ABC back for wave 2 here, and then continue to go up at that point. We haven't breached this low, so that wave 1 is possible. It's also possible to look at this as an A wave here, and then a B wave here, and then a C wave up here for the wave 4. So wave 3 here, and ABC for wave 4. We could also look at all of this down here as wave 1 and going back to wave 2 here. So one of the things that we talked about last time we spoke was we had a nice 5 waves here. There's no sort of disputing that. That takes us past an A and a B and a C wave here. So now we've just nipped out the top here. So that's going to offer me some type of other correction here. So even though it's looking a little bit weak at the moment, it could move up further with all of this. But there's something not quite right about it. But look, if that top goes out, short-term traders can have a go at that. But I don't have this pattern sorted out. I can just see too many options with it. And with GDX going to be moving down, well, it's going to be moving down in line with the stock market. You know, we've got the stock, if you've watched any of the US stocks or the indices, you'll kind of understand that the rally that we're having at the moment, we're viewing as being corrective. So this would leave silver in two situations. We either go wave 4 up here, down to wave 5, and we've got a low in place, or we need to look at all of this as wave 1 here, 2 here, and then down for 3 here. So and still a little bit, I'm not quite sure yet, so I need a couple of sessions for this to play out here. I need to be able to see if it's going to be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here. So I'm not there yet with this, so yeah, can't do much with this at the moment. We should see it push a little bit high. We should see it push higher, but can we turn it into 5 waves? We won't miss a lot because whatever it does up here is going to pull back, and we'll be able to get it. But we also don't want to get trapped as one and 2 here, and then coming down here, of course. So a little bit of patience and just allow the market to unfold to a point where we can look at it. I'm not doing soft commodities again, but I just thought for the folks that are interested, the A, the B, and 1, 2, 3, some sort of 4 in here and 5 here. So we've probably got a low in here. And if the US dollar, it's got the same pattern as gold nearly, if the US dollar index has got a low in here, then the stocks commodities like this will push up on that. A bit the same for corn as well. I mean, the best positive way I could look at this is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and push to the upside at that point. But you'd still, this looks like it's turning into an impulse wave here to a point. So we could look at this as wave 1 here, and then wave 2 here. It could be an A and a B and a C, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So there'll be a third wave up here, or it could be a wave C. So we've still got a little bit more to, we'll have a look at this again at some other point, but I'm not, because even if it was, if we do get a nice impulse wave up here, then we'll look to get the ABC to come back here. So we want that 5-wave structure to confirm, and then we can look at, I'll put this up here actually and put this over here for that. That's probably more in tune with everything, and just relabel this wave 1 here and 2 here. And so we'll wait for this to, we'll see if we get 5 waves up here, and if we do, then I'll get this sorted out on the pullback here for us, so traders can have a go at that third wave to the upside. We don't want to miss that. Okay, over to the metals. So with nickel here, we're looking about a possible low in place here. Minky. Yeah, I was pretty happy with this ABC pattern here, you know. Not the best looking 5-wave structure up here, I have to say, but I do say that this is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. So it's a nice corrective wave, so we should take out that top. So I don't know what I said last time about this, but I was kind of interested in it. So if we look at this now, I think it could continue to push up. I mean, the thing about, we should get some sort of pullback, but I kind of wouldn't bother too much about it either. I'd just keep the stop out of the way at the moment. I'm not sure if that's 1 and 2 here. It looks like it, 1 and 2, and this is a 3rd and 4th here and a 5th wave here, and then we come back for this and then go up. Or because it's got a gap in here, it looks like a 3rd wave, so we could just come back to this point here and then move up here again. So I'm a little bit unsure about this, but you just need to keep the stop out of the way down here somewhere for that, Nickel, lithium, they're all battery hot commodities at the moment. and at the LME here, which is owned by is it somebody in China? Somebody in China. It's only doing about 20% of the global nickel trade, apparently, that I watched a video on YouTube about by, I think it was Lee John or something. Knowledgeable gentleman. He buys a lot. So yeah, he was saying that the LME does about 20% of the trade. A lot of the big people just go straight to the producers and buy it. And Elon with these cars and batteries, there's just not enough nickel and lithium to give everybody an electric car at the moment. Okay, so let's move on here. This is uranium here, and we've just been working this lower end of the trend here for this, and just taking it step by step. And we sort of spoke about if you were going to go long, you would need to have the stop at this point here. The safer trade for this would be having a nice support sitting on the 25 here. So we could wait for that. This wave 2 is a little bit big for this wave 1 here. That sort of bothers me a little bit, but the rest of it seems to be in good shape. I don't know if it's an impulse wave to the upside yet. It's in the 50-60% box here, so it's stalling here. It looks like it wants to move higher. So perhaps, I don't know what I've said about this before, but, the normal thing for me is to get some type of, security support on top of the closest, largest number. So that's kind of what we'd be looking for over here with this. I mean, I could say that, as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave to this point, but we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and finish here and collapse at that point too. It's there's a few things, whichever way I look at it, nothing actually is going to stick very well here. So if it's an A wave and a B wave here, this would be wave 1, 2, 3 here and 4 here, and this would have to be shorter than this one, but this looks like it's a bit longer than this one. So I think it's impulsive. It's just that this is not the right look for this wave 2 here. It should be smaller than this one, but we'll see. We'll catch it up here if you want to be a little bit safer with it. And for copper here, I've just been keeping this simple. I know that from the low here we can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then an A and a B and a C here for that. So that works, but what I was waiting for is to get second layer of security for copper here. So I wanted to get 5 waves up here. So you can see we've got 1 and 2 here, a nice strong third wave. So I'm looking at this being a 4th wave and getting one more high here. So I'm just waiting for that high to see if we get it. We might not get it, and we may end up getting, this just dropping down through here. It still might give us an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and then move up, but then we have to rework it again, rinse and repeat, So, yeah, it's just that this hasn't really had the best looking, move down from the top here. But at the same time, I don't want to miss a third wave here. So I'm just being a bit patient. I'm allowing the market to come to us to unfold and give us some sort of something here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if we get that. If we get that little push up, don't chase it. We'll wait for the pullback at that point. Okay, so we're not there yet with that. So lithium here, it's good really, because we can count this as 5 waves up here. There's probably other ways to count it. I mean, we could look at this here as an A wave down to here, an A and a B and a C wave back up here. So there is a couple of other ways to look at this. We did have this sitting here, so it's in its 50-60% box. I should have just left that on there because I wanted just to take it down from the top here as well. That gives us our 50-60% here as well for that. So it's a bit of a ping pong against the golden mean and the golden ratio each time. So it does look like this is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. That's good. And the fact that this has moved up here, overlapping this, because we've looked at this as 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then 5 coming down. Yeah, so because it's overlapping that, it's kind of giving a bullish look about it. This is quite good at this point, but it's moved a little bit fast for me. That should be a little bit slower, but we've had a few bars there, so it should be all right. Obviously the safe trade is sitting on here, but if you wanted to get a position here, you just need to leave the stop under this low here. I've probably said that before, but otherwise we'll just wait for it to sit up here and then we'll go from that point. I mean, it's quite a big trend to, you know, to correct. But there's just not enough lithium around, you know. I mean, this is an ETF, by the way, of course. I don't think we could get, let me I'll just double check again. I'm not really getting it as a futures contract here. I don't know why that is. I should have it. It's got this one here. Should have a look at some of these other lithium stocks here. Oh, we are looking at these ones, a lot of these. Oh, actually not these ones. Oh, we're looking at Lit. Oh, that's the other one. The ETF. I wonder if there's any outside of Australia. Anyway, yeah, I wonder about the futures market. But yeah, look, I mean, the bottom line is there's just not enough lithium to give everybody an EV car battery. So there's obviously going to be, you know, much higher prices within all of this. So fundamentally, you know, it's a good trade. But if you got some here, just make sure it's, you know, small. And the stop would need to go under here. It's, you know, I mean, it's just an ETF. There's no leverage in this, so that's good. So that would be alrighty. Yeah, let's move along a bit. Okay, over to the energy sector. So XLE here for the energy sector. It's pretty much dominated by ExxonMobil, really, this one. So I'm thinking that you know, we've been looking down here as an A wave, and then an A, B, C for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here for wave 4. That's one way we could look at it. The other way we're looking at it is wave 1 here and 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2 here. And it's possible to put wave 2 here, but it's also possible to put wave 2 over here and have this, like, because we've got to kind of follow the stock market as well, and the stock market's got this as an A and a B, and we're looking for a wave C up here, and then we're looking for a move down. So I'm thinking that we're going to be like that. When I have a look at this on 100 ticks, I can't figure out what the hell it is at this point. It just doesn't. I mean, this gives me kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here maybe, and 3 waves here. So I'm thinking that this is the A, the B, and the C wave, and that would be 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there would be another move up here somewhere, and then we would come down from that point, and then we would go up. So I think it's something like that. So just be a little bit careful up here what you do. I mean, the real thing here is that you'd have to ask yourself, that's the closest, you always ask yourself, what's the closest largest number, and is that tested support? That's the question you need to ask yourself, because you need to know where to put the stop. And if that is a nice tested support, then you'll have somewhere to put the stop under it somewhere. But it's really, as a classic trading levels pattern here, it's the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. But we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've still got, it's just not there yet. So yeah, so not there, but getting there. It's looking good. You know, because we've got to kind of figure out is there a low in for crude oil as well. This is ExxonMobil here, the same thing. So I can look at this in different ways, and that's healthy, I think, rather than sticking your head in the sand and buying hope. So we've got wave an A, B, C here for wave B, and then down over here for wave coming down here. Or we've got 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here. But it's the same thing here. You see this? I mean, I could put wave 2 here, and this could be 1 and 2 and building up here. But yeah, I just not quite sure about that just yet. It's not quite happy enough about that. Otherwise, you've just got to get it on here. I mean, taking out the top here will tell us that we're in a bullish, in a bullish pattern at that point, and it's all rosy from that point in. So we need to do the same with crude as well. So with crude oil, we can go wave 4 up here like we have been doing, and I can count it down a bit rough, but as wave 5 down to this point here, and we are getting a move up here, but that's just not 5 waves there yet. So I could look at this just briefly here. You could go long and all the rest of it, but I'm thinking 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here for that, if we get it, and then there'll be, it might even push up high, I don't know. But what I am waiting for is this here, some counter trend measurement here that we can move into, but we want that impulse wave there first. I think I did look at this. I probably got a different count here now. Okay, I've got a slightly different count, yes, but it's okay. Let's just cruise in and have a look at this off the low here. Let me just bring in a bit more data. So this is 100 ticks, crude oil. So wave 1, ABC for 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth wave here, and then we're waiting to see if I get the fifth wave up here. If we get the fifth wave, then we'll do the ABC shuffle, and we'll nail that sucker. But let's just wait for it to come to us, because at the moment it could be an A and a B and a C wave up here. Do you know what I mean? Just keep coming down. We don't know that yet. So we need that impulse wave as a solid directional navigational compass. Natural gas, there's no change here, so I'm not going to go and do a whole lot of charts here. There's a few things that can be going on here, but I still think we've got more load to come in here, as I talked about last week as well. Last time we spoke, Friday. Yeah, so it didn't really move much, did it? It's just a bit sticky, getting rid of that. So I was thinking that we need to come up here, some sort of correction up here before we come down there, and there can even be more here as well. There's no way that we've got an impulse wave here just yet to go long on at this stage. So we're still looking for, we've got this nice impulse wave down here. So we've got this series of really ones. I mean, this is a bit messy in here and a bit of a guessing game in there for that. But this here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one here, this 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, they need to play out down here somewhere, you know, that to finish off this trend, you know. I suppose we could look at it even in simple terms as an A and a B here, but I still need one more to come down. So we're not there yet, and there could be a bigger bearish picture here as well. I mean, I mean, Putin's really playing his cards well in advance on the gas thing. The Europeans have been a bit asleep at the wheel. You know, Putin even let the storage run down to like 15% or something before he made his move, you know, and gave a whole lot of things. Anyway, that's a big story. But yeah, there's an energy crisis. So you know, we'll see how this plays out. But we just got to follow the patterns as well. The fundamental is that it's bullish, but I can't see it just being bullish just yet. So yeah, time will put it into its place. Alrighty, well that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.